We're here. Friday Night Year is back. The infinite hiatus is over, and we got new people on the channel. We're gonna keep it consistent. Friday Night Year, Made Spider Can't Hear, AK Mr. AK, put your mama in a figure 4 leg lock. What's up with y'all? Blur Cartel, all that shit. You know, go subscribe to Friday Night Year's YouTube channel. Just strictly, that's just right there. But you know, also subscribe to Blur Cartel, all that shit. Jackie O in the building. How you feeling?
I'm feeling SummerSlamish, if that could be a word, and it's fantastic. I'm excited. Yeah.
Expect a lot of that tonight. Menace is here. He's on Wednesday talking anime. Now you're here talking wrestling. What's up with you? How you feeling?
Yeah, I'm feeling good, man. As long as they do something good with that boy LA Knight, man, I'll be satisfied, bro. Because I'm done with them wasting that, brother, for real.
Here comes generic wrestler number 52, Karrion Kross.
Shit. Since they're the Syndicate, go follow the Blur Syndicate. He's here to talk wrestling. What's up with you?
Man, I'm excited to be able to have these conversations, man. Like sometimes when you don't have that opportunity to do it a lot, like it just all comes out in not a good way, you know. But it's a good time.
He got something to get off his chest, but you know, we'll save the shoot interview for a later time. Jeremy Pierce, Charismatic Creations, High Risk Wrestling Podcast.
It's every Saturday where you get your podcast and the High Risk Wrestling recap. Every Sunday we got a bunch of shows going down. We just did the SummerSlam preview prediction show last night. We got a couple more things coming up. Throwback Thursdays, more filthy casual. We in there. I'm trying to get that YouTube money, man.
Niggas is ready. East Side Reviews on YouTube. How you feeling, sir? First time on the channel, but it won't be his last time.
How y'all doing tonight? Excited for SummerSlam, ready to have these conversations and get into the show. Hope y'all doing well.
Don't forget, Philly gets WrestleMania. What the fuck is you talking about? Yeah,
that's a clean insignia.
Super clean.
I'm glad they brought the numbers back.
Yeah, bring the numbers back. We here talk about SummerSlam Battle Royal. Step into a motherfucking Slim Jim. They back with a partnership. There's a bunch of niggas trying to get on screen. Pretty much, you know how a Battle Royal works. You know somebody's gonna win that you didn't expect to win. Madcap Moss, Cesaro, just nonsensical people throwing other people over the top rope.
Whatever
the case may be.
Don't say Madcap.
It happened. I'm just saying he won a Battle Royal. But, you know, shout out to
Joe Rory won one.
Oh yeah, and look at that motherfucker. Oh my god, remember Alex Riley?
Yeah. All right, but don't forget.
You can blame John Cena for that one.
I wouldn't be surprised if like Bronson Reed won that shit.
I'll be fine with it.
Yeah, I mean, but I would be fine with it too. I mean, there are many different great talents that I would be fine with, but we all know who's everybody's talking about, and it's only one man.
Listen,
Cam, throw out your what you told me last night. What's going to happen?
LA Knight's going to get fucked over. He's going to be the last 2 or last 3, and he's going to continue getting fucked over. That's what's going to happen. And then the push is going to continue. Daniel Bryan had to get shit on forever.
For damn near 2 years.
Forever for the Yes movement to keep.
So
they're going to keep edging themselves like, he's so
he's on Team SmackDown. Ken, what happens on Survivor Series? What happens to LA Knight?
Soul Survivor. Well, he's going to get pinned first. We go to the Royal Rumble. He's number 1. Makes it to the final 3. What happens, Cam? He gets eliminated.
Elimination Chamber number 1.
Yeah, he's gonna get eliminated by somebody that already got eliminated.
Elimination Chamber number 1 contenders match. What happens to LA Knight?
He gets eliminated first.
No, I got another idea. He gets treated like Kofi did in that 09 Elimination Chamber, where Edge came, smacked him with a chair, and took him out the match and took his spot. That's what's gonna happen to LA.
Damn.
Somebody gonna rob him of his spot.
Fuck this nigga.
That's only for black people that they do that.
It's somewhat organized.
Or minorities. Or minorities. Because they did it to
Battle Royale. Throw something on the dartboard.
I'm gonna stick with what I said last night, so I'm gonna go LA Knight, but I would not be surprised if he does not win.
Yeah, I mean, me neither. You can tell the story.
Low key, I want Otis to win.
Jesus.
Oh, relax. Oh.
Menace, who do you got winning?
Although I do like Otis.
Man, like, I for sure want LA Knight to win, but like, I wouldn't be surprised for real. Like, they give it to like, for real, just like some random, like, you know, they give it to like one half of fucking Pretty Deadly. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because like you can kind of tell that like they doing that, like they trying to give it like that Daniel Bryan like 2013-14 feel where like they trying to kill the momentum of someone that ain't supposed to have that momentum right now, but the people clear as day are like, there's a reason why he has that momentum right there behind him. And the more that we keep seeing this brother fail, bro, that shit is gonna keep raising higher and higher and higher. So
I don't think
it might be
LA.
LA.
I think they're waiting.
Yeah, I think they're just putting him on the back burner and then just being like, okay, we're gonna make it till like everybody until it gets to a point where they're not going to push it, where we get pissed that he's not getting pushed, versus just like, oh, okay, like because like they did that with Daniel Bryan and they saw that it worked so well for him, so they're not going to turn away money.
It was very obvious that they did not want to push Daniel Bryan. Very obvious.
Absolutely.
Like we know,
Man,
Vince
you
had
say that, but like, you know, they really treated that man well.
Shit.
Like throughout his entire career, they treated that man very well.
But you had to understand, Vince had.
You gotta look at it like that too. They treated that man very well. Like, I mean, it's one way to look at it like that. Like sometimes you gotta look at all of it, the whole picture of this shit. What the fuck is this?
Don't forget.
Vince had a fantasy for Batista versus Randy Orton, and it would have been the worst main event of all time. But he doesn't get it. Jamel, who do you got winning the Battle Royale?
I mean, I want LA Knight to win, but I'm gonna go with a pick that Menace said earlier. I think they're gonna try and do something with Bronson Reed. I think Bronson is starting to get them reactions, and especially when he go up for the tsunami, like, you know, if you think about it, not that many people finishers are like, oh shit, this thing's about to come. And people are starting to get that from Bronson, so I think they're gonna try and take advantage of that. And
you gotta give me an extra paycheck to take a tsunami, yo. Seriously. He just
well said, dude. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, like, well said, because he reminds me of like Bam Bam Bigelow almost. Like the dude is badass.
I'm fat and I would not take
hold
that.
on, and funny thing is, Bronson Reed's got the weirdest career. Was built up at NXT, won the North American title, got released a week later, and then goes to New Japan and wrestles Okada.
Yeah, because you know, McMahon probably saw his titties and he was like, you know, I don't like that. Remember Brodus Clay? Remember the time Big Show slapped Brodus Clay's titties like out of
Iris, current NWA World Champion.
That was amazing.
Still.
Oh yeah, he is still, and God bless him, because I actually like Brodus Clay.
Listen, I got anybody but LA Knight.
Anybody but LA Knight.
Well, I mean, I will say this. It makes a lot of sense, only because if you look at the landscape of what they're trying to do when it comes to storytelling and building, especially with their main titles, there's no place for LA Knight right now.
There's one place, and he's on the right route.
I don't understand. Now,
he's taking the U.S. title off of Austin Theory.
No. I would say that what's going to happen is Santos Escobar is probably going to do that, and they're going to probably project him in
Austin Theory. Him beating John Cena was like,
well, I mean, like, dude, I mean, I'm not trying to be dirt sheet goose, which is a throwback, and if you don't understand what that is, you don't know. But it seems like they want to put it on a Latino or a tank. I don't know if I'm offending anybody on one of the people for a title, and give them a good old push. And that is what the dirt sheet is saying. Period.
WWE is about WWE just announced the Indian tour, so you know that means Indus and Jinder Mahal about to get a mega push.
Oh man, let's go.
Tag team.
Tag team that Jinder
let him dethrone Roman Reigns.
Let's who we got? We got Ricochet versus Logan Paul.
Two nasty niggas, like Jesus Christ.
Logan Paul, so he can go see his dick. So he can get the first match of the night. You can go see his dickhead brother box after the match.
Savagery.
So you got Logan Paul with one Logan Paul. Jamel, you got Logan Paul or Ricochet?
Man, I'm gonna be honest. The build to this and these two cutting promos made me not want to see the match. Ricochet can't talk. and Logan can't talk. So it's gonna be fun to watch. But I'm gonna go with Ricochet because why not?
Because why not is great. Sensei the Syndicate.
I'm gonna go Logan Paul because he's lost like the last couple ones. So I would do. I'm saying that, and like you said, they were horrible at promos. Like it's like listening to Jeff Hardy again, trying to do promos. It's just
Jeff Hardy.
I honestly, I tend to disagree. Ricochet is a bit flat.
Well, I think Logan Paul is good at promos.
Logan Paul a lot. Yeah,
he's good at promos.
Really,
He just
good.
I do like the fact that you all are reacting to Logan Paul like this because that means he's working. I mean,
he's just a trash human
I have
being.
no idea who he even is. I've never even seen any of his.
We got to.
I have no idea who he is. So I just think he's cool. So I like Logan Paul. I think his match is gonna be a fucking banger, and Logan Paul needs to win, right?
Menace, who do you got winning? Because
I mean, as much as I hate the boy, like I think I'm gonna go with Logan Paul because, like, I mean, just being completely real, like Ricochet, I don't think, in my opinion, is a big enough name to beat Logan Paul. Like the two losses that the man has was Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. So I think, like, if you're gonna only feature Logan Paul in like these like specific like marquee matches, and if you're gonna have him lose, I think it needs to be like an actual like marquee name. I'm not saying Ricochet ain't like a good marquee name, but like
just say he's not. He's not.
No,
well, Logan Paul's 2-2
That's
right
a fair
now.
point. That is a fair point. I changed my pick. It's Logan Paul.
Now all I'm saying is this:
The second you said Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns beat him, I'm like, damn.
so he has Roman
I'm
Reigns.
taking the L to Ricochet.
He has Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and he tagged with the Miz. Correct?
He beat the Miz, and he beat the Miz and won as a tag team with the Miz.
Mm-hmm.
2-2.
The Miz. So he has 3 people that can carry a match very well. Ricochet can't carry a fucking match to save his life. I'm pretty sure.
Really?
No.
Look at it.
he
I don't know, man.
That
might be a wild one on that one.
He can carry a match with a noob. I doubt it.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I low key disagree with it. However, I think
Just show me. Show me.
Well, dude, I think he's matured a lot from all the flip-dippity shit that he's always been doing.
He's still doing flippity shit. That's
yeah,
why
he is. But like, if you look at him, he's matured a lot more. All I'm saying is, I think you should put some more respect.
It's
on his name.
the way Cam's putting this, he's not downplaying Ricochet's skill because Ricochet is actually a very, very phenomenally good wrestler.
Agree.
He's not a ring general.
His shit goes south.
I wouldn't use that term for him, but like just to lead a match, he could do that, dude.
But he's not. He's okay. Logan Paul. He's going to his 5th match.
I think it's gonna go really well. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think it's gonna be surprised.
I'm saying worst match on the card. I'm calling it worst match on the card.
I'm going to tell you. I think it's gonna be surprised. And tomorrow when we watch it, I'm gonna look at you when the match is over, and I'm gonna tell you.
I could be wrong, also.
And you're probably gonna be like, "That was a banger." I'm just gonna say that right now.
All right. If Ricochet can carry a match for the first time in his career in WWE, then all right. Well.
All the better.
I really don't think he needs to carry that. Like, I think, and again, this comes from someone that like hates everything about Logan Paul. I think Logan Paul is skilled enough to where like Ricochet needs to do like just a little bit of carrying, but Logan can for sure handle his own. Because like, if the man can put on a decent match with Seth Rollins at WrestleMania,
his name's Seth Rollins.
I think the man can put on a decent match with Ricochet. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I agree with you, but I will
also. Wording is getting crazy.
Logan Paul's athletic. Nobody's denying the fact.
There we go. Logan Paul is athletic.
He's not just saying that he can't do that, but like, there's more to it than just like being athletic, and like Logan Paul doesn't have that. And I don't think we've seen a lot of that from Ricochet to be able to say, hey, he can be able to make us feel a certain type of way about a match.
I disagree on both.
Just give me Logan Paul versus Bad Bunny and I'm done.
That'd be cold.
But Bad Bunny got it. Like what?
Riz Flair, Alia Sensei, about to get your take in this one. Logan Paul, Ricochet.
And welcome. Hello, Hollywood Sensei. It's been a long time, brother. Love you.
Yeah, yes, it has. Ricochet, Logan Paul. I wouldn't be surprised if this could be like top 3 matches of the night. I mean, because it's Ricochet. We know it. We know what he brings to the ring. But Logan Paul, for me, he hasn't had a bad match yet since he's been here. So I mean, I just feel like this one might steal the show. It could, but I'm gonna take Logan Paul, like I said yesterday. So I feel like he's gonna win the match, but it's gonna be one of the better matches of the night, in my opinion.
Fair. Now I got a Ronda Shayna MMA rules match.
I can't wait for this. It's either going to be what you say. It's either going to be a really good technical.
I'll say what I think last, but it's,
okay. I'm picking Shayna just because Shayna and Ronda are really good friends. Ronda's leaving for a little bit so she can give her friend a rub. I just like if this match was happening in Impact or AEW, it'd be a 5-star match because those audiences are conditioned to, oh, we're watching a technical wrestling match. Let me fuck with my seatbelts. But I don't think the WWE audience is like, oh, they're doing submissions and technique. I don't think they're acclimated to that. So I think the crowd's going to be what makes this match not good. But if you take the crowd out of it, it's going to be a good match because both of these women are good wrestlers and they get to fucking fight. They've been probably chomping at the bit for this. So I'm taking Shayna.
We got one Shayna Menace. What's your take on this? And be as though there's MMA rules, man. So I
think it'll be slow for the beginning. Once they kind of especially, I kind of agree with what my man said. Like the crowd is really gonna play, especially into how this match is gonna play out. Especially if the crowd don't give it that fight feel early on to really make it it's Ronda Rousey versus Shayna Baszler. We about to see these two girls just beat the shit out of each other. If they don't kind of give it that and give it that respect of they about to fight each other, then I feel like it's just gonna kind of drag until it really hits that point of picking up. But I'm gonna give it to Shayna. I feel like Shayna needs she needs some major victory. She needs some major W, man. I don't give a damn about it, having no tag titles. She need to go back to being Shayna Baszler, the woman that will come out and just beat the shit out of any woman that's standing in front of her. You know what I'm saying? It's our time to get back to that point.
We got Eastside reviews. How do you feel about this match?
The video packages that they did on Monday were great. Those are kind of throwbacks to some of the Attitude Era stuff. Some of the it felt like they were building up a fight, played on their history, and that made me more excited for the match. I think it would have been interesting if they did the fight pit or made this.
Yes. Why is it not in the fight pit?
The Lions, or even went old school and did the Lions Den or something like that. But I think this is going to be a good match. I'm hoping my people in Detroit, we show up and give it the respect. I'm pulling for Shayna because Shayna needs to win to kind of establish her as a contender. Ronda's going away, so she doesn't really need to pick up a win and look dominant. And Rhea Ripley needs food. Rhea Ripley needs people to be built up. She needs some food, and Shayna would be good food at the Rumble, later in Survivor Series, something like that. So for all them reasons, I'm going with Shayna Baszler.
Sensei, the Syndicate.
I want Shayna to start biting people like she used to do.
I think people were crazy.
And then, I definitely want her to break Ronda's arm or something like that. Something that kind of solidifies her as that badass that she used to be. Because when she was in NXT, she had some close matches with some people, but she was demolishing everybody else. So I want her to be back in that form, the same way with Asuka too, because Asuka they dumbed her down when she came to WWE somewhat. So
Riz Flair.
Shayna Baszler in 3. No, but should be an okay match, but I'm taking Shayna. You know what I mean?
Shout out to the women.
Need something to put her over a little bit, so get her somewhere. So let her beat Ronda.
Jack Yo, your opinion on the match? Did you hate women's wrestling?
I'm not gonna lie. First of all, I really like the slow build that they did, and sometimes I think the E does things that it just falls deaf or it's not received well. But when they first when she fucked her over in the first time, everybody was like, "Oh, what is this?" And it was like a slow build, and that video package really tied it together really well. I think they like understanding that. So now I'm like, "Yo, this could be a barn burner," and I don't think it's gonna start slow. I think it's gonna they're gonna fuck each other up really bad, and we don't know if it's gonna be a cage or not. It's the MMA rules, they like to do shit mysteriously, but I imagine it's gonna be in a ring. I'm pretty sure they're gonna go out there. They're gonna have a Brock Lesnar versus Goldberg type match. They're gonna fuck each other up. They're gonna John Moxley each other, and Shayna Baszler is gonna come out the winner, hopefully, because that's what I would like. And
This
Ronda
nigga
Rousey go back
TNA.
to the fight. There you go. Fuck it. I mean, if they can clear that shit in a legit way, they could let them go out there and have a real fucking fight. They are both trained fighters. We already know what MMA is. We already seen MMA. They're not gonna go at each other to where they're gonna kill each other. They could probably go out there and fuck each other up real bad.
And
then,
plus, it's their friends.
Exactly.
Plus it's their friends.
Exactly.
You can be able to hit your friends a little bit harder and take more risk.
Just don't be as bad as the Brock Cain Velasquez MMA match they had.
Yeah.
I'm glad. Listen, I'm glad.
See, that was silly. That was silly.
No, I'm glad you brought that up.
I'm glad everybody has high hopes for this match. I really think Ronda's going to win in 20 seconds like she used to do in the UFC. Armbar, she's dead. Get her out of here. And then
no, well, I mean,
I'll be a reason why that
you can
can't
build
happen.
from it. You can build from it, because then after that, now she's got a chip on her
Yeah.
shoulder.
well,
You know what I'm saying?
The one only
Ronda
build
is
from it.
done.
She faces Rhea at the Rumble, and they go back. They play the little NXT package. She got ripped tied off the top rope, and yada yada yada. And Shayna
But Ronda is
thrown
not,
away.
she's not going to be.
Ronda wins in 25 seconds. Let's just do it.
Okay, fair enough. If that's
Makes
what you
sense.
want.
You
I
can't.
don't know why you want to spend your hard-earned money to watch a show that has a fucking 25-second squash.
Why not? We see.
You got to remember one thing: 2 women's matches got cut. The WWE have this weird thing where pay-per-views have to be over. I'm sorry, premium live events have to be over at 11 o'clock. They don't do matches on the pre-show anymore. It's like, okay, we start at 8.
Yeah.
We're over at 11, and you know if Roman's on the card, his match is going at least 30 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
So something's got to be quick.
That's. I really hate the fact that you logically pointed that out, and that really hurts my feelings.
Ronda in 30
and
seconds.
I really don't want that to happen. Cameron, I don't want.
I ain't complaining about pay-per-views and stuff for hours.
It's not going to be a goddamn 25-second squash.
All right, we'll see.
Why would you put all of that effort into that brilliant video package? You know what? I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah, and then
They should do what they did with.
Dan Bryan Sheamus had an 8-second match.
I already said fuck it. We're done.
Kane
short
defeated
matches go to this.
Kane defeated Chavo Guerrero for the ECW championship in 10 matches.
It depends on how you
At
do it,
WrestleMania.
but
It depends on how you do
it would
it.
make no logical sense.
Drew Gunther for the IC
Well,
strap.
obviously Drew in 3, but whatever. We can. I'm sorry, not Drew. I'm sorry, Gunther in 3. The ring.
I think it's gonna be the best match of the night. I think it's gonna be like WrestleMania. They're gonna blow the roof off of that bitch.
I agree.
Just all brutality on the I mean,
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
I think it's safe to say we don't even need to do this. I think everybody's gonna say Gunther's gonna win just so he can pass the Honky Tonk Man.
that's pretty unanimous. I'm pretty sure.
Easiest prediction tonight.
I mean, it's the smartest thing to do, but and then you can also do some fuck shit in the match, and then you can have a rematch at fucking Payback, and then
But then you
would have
don't
surpassed
get
it by
the-
then, and then you can give it to Drew McIntyre if you want to appease
But
him.
the real
You don't
question
get
is,
the record then.
the real question is,
No.
which
You
match is
can,
going to be better?
if he wins, or in some fuck shit, by the time Payback happens, he would have surpassed the Honky Tonk.
He's 40 days away. Payback is under 30 days. He's 40 days away from Honky Tonk Man.
No, he is. Really?
He's at 417. Honky Tonk Man is at 454.
Are we calling this match any better than Clash at the Castle?
No.
No, that was like a
Sheamus.
lightning in a bottle type of match.
The environment. The
I
environment
think
of
it'll be
Clash
close, but I don't know if
may
it'll
help
be
it.
better, man.
It will be as good as the Gunther Sheamus match from SmackDown, and that was also a banger.
That was a good match.
I think Drew is a better overall wrestler than Sheamus, but with the environment that they had at Clash, and like that elevated that match a lot. So not at that level, but maybe they can get to Mania or like SmackDown match.
It shows you how important a crowd is to a match. Because, example, if you just mute the Rock Hulk Hogan match, it's a really bad match. It's like a really, really bad match.
like the most of Rock matches, but nobody would say that out loud. But
That's super unfair.
Bro, no,
That
that's
is so
wild,
unfair.
bro.
Crowds make
I'm not right,
matches
but like,
phenomenal.
but the thing is, even on TV,
we're
that's
all
super
grown.
unfair. That's a super unfair thing to say.
Listen, we're all grown
If you
here.
were
We
there,
just
would you
admit.
have reacted that way?
So he's just talking about. I can see what you're saying though, bro.
No,
So,
I
like,
understand. I
but
understand.
you
I understand the
gotta
logic and the
understand.
concept. But I'm just saying it's just unfair. It's just unfair. That's all.
What I'm saying is this: the Rock's matches were strike, clothesline, pose.
Yeah, of course they were.
Suplex,
But if you-
catch
like,
you can't
shooter,
forget the headlock and then the one.
So
Dude.
like you could do the whole thing of saying mute it and watch it is a bad match, but like even still, if you were there,
Oh, I would have been into it. I'm just,
of course. So
I'm
that's
just saying,
that's
crowd.
what I mean. It's
So
unfair.
it goes back to what I said about Ronda
That
Sheamus.
doesn't mean it's
The
a bad
crowd
match.
could make or break that match.
Of course, no, and I'm with that. Of course, a crowd really a hot crowd, but even still, man, like
But
you know when if you were there, you'd be like, oh shit, this is
Yeah,
awesome.
but
Oh, yeah.
we're taking the crowd out of it. So like that's what they're saying. Not necessarily anything to do with the crowd, because the crowd's always going to make something either better
But
or worse.
the thing is, of all times, the crowd is always going to be there unless there's COVID. Unless there's COVID.
hold on, the women's triple threat. I think there's gonna be an underrated match: Asuka, Bianca, Charlotte.
Shit out of
Cam,
I'm
what's
on
my
that
what's my fear, Cam? What's my biggest fear? for this
Charlotte
match?
wins. LOL.
EO Sky cashes in. LOL.
It's crazy to me for someone like Asuka, who's at this point she's probably the most decorated woman in WWE history. Royal Rumble winner, Money in the Bank, Soul Survivor, Chamber, this, that, and the third, TLC winner, Grand Slam champion, and she just feels like not important.
like a placeholder.
SmackDown opened up 3 weeks ago with Charlotte and Bianca. This was the night of Bianca's title match against Asuka. They both agreed to give each other a title match, just like fuck Asuka. I don't understand how
Unless her name is Bailey.
I don't understand how can Asuka do all this important stuff and then just like not feel important. I want Asuka to win so we can transition to Asuka versus the best women's wrestler on the planet, Io Sky. I want that. Give me that. And let Bianca and Charlotte beat each other up for the rest of the year. Keep them away from Asuka and Io, please.
Riz Flair, who you got in this triple threat, and why is it going to be Charlotte?
Why is it going to be Charlotte? It's definitely going to be Charlotte. Y'all know it. Come on now.
Don't do me like that.
You know Charlotte about to win this title. I mean, the question is, does EO cash in or not? That's it. I mean, but Charlotte wins.
Hold on. Hasn't every single woman's Money in the Bank winner cashed in on Charlotte?
Liv didn't.
Not Asuka.
Liv
Asuka got handed the title because Becky was
Asuka was handed to, and Liv cashed in on Ronda, but the other 3 or 4 have all cashed in on Charlotte.
Yeah.
Charlotte says that woman just cashing on her. Syndicate, who you got in this triple threat?
I think they're gonna give it to. I think they're gonna give it to Bianca, and then afterwards, then lose it, to Io.
Well, Io's cashing in tonight.
Yeah. Yeah. So so she's not gonna end up leaving with it, but she's gonna be there just to have it, and then after that, just go ahead and kiss it goodbye again.
Menace, you got Charlotte winning. LOL.
Nah, I'm gonna be honest. I think Asuka gonna retain, but it's gonna be on some fuck shit. And then based off what that fuck shit is, it's gonna depend on if Io gonna cash in tonight or if she gonna cash in next Friday whenever like Asuka in the ring type shit, and like Bianca might come in and attack, you know what I'm saying, like Asuka or some shit, and then that's when we see Io cash in like the Friday after. So I think Asuka gonna retain, but it ain't gonna be clean though.
So I'm going on DraftKings and I'm betting $10 that both of them get misty eyes because you can do that in predetermined fights now. So that's my $10 bet. This is not sponsored by DraftKings. We will take a DraftKings sponsorship sooner than later. Jeremy, you already know how you felt, and Eastside Reviews, how do you feel about the women's triple threat?
Every instinct in my head is saying just pick Charlotte because like y'all know what it is. Y'all know what time it is. It's Charlotte in a title match involving Asuka. She usually wins them, but
don't hurt me like that.
I'm gonna be hopeful and think that they've got something else for Charlotte and Bianca to do. That Bianca to keep being like a heel or have her edge. I'm gonna go with Asuka. I'm gonna feel stupid when Charlotte wins tomorrow, but
here's how scared I am. Remember when the Kabuki Warriors were tag team champions, and it was like, yo, Becky needs a partner. It's Charlotte. I was very, very fearful that they were going to lose to Becky and Charlotte in that TLC match. Surprisingly, Asuka and Kyrie won, and then a year later, Asuka and Charlotte were tag team champions together. I don't get it. That'd be like at some point Britt and Thunder Rosa being partners. Make sense.
Sell it. But another non-title match. Goldie.
I didn't get a say in any of that.
Apologies.
That's funny. I mean, like, come on now. So how many of us raise your hand? Because I'm raising mine metaphorically because you can't see me. But like, raise your hands if you think that Io Sky is going to cash in tonight. How many motherfuckers think it's going to happen? Come on.
Said it, but me.
I actually don't think she's going to cash in.
Oh, really?
I think so. Because they got to have something that's a shocking moment for SummerSlam.
I think I would agree with you as well, and also I think that Asuka would probably lose to Charlotte because they're probably like. It seems like they want to do Asuka like really like evil. So if you want to do like something super evil, like make that like Let It Go like Snow Queen bitch come through. What's that movie called?
They won't let her go full Kana. They just won't let her do it.
I mean, like it's just.
Yeah, you got Joker Asuka now, so.
So I think it's probably going to be Charlotte winning, and I think it's going to be a goddamn cash in.
Oh, I had to say Charlotte wins. LOL. It should have been no complaints.
Go fuck yourself. I wanted to say something.
It should have been zero complaints. Hey,
how many titles does she have? She like 14, 13 something?
She's at 14. Apparently, they retroactively don't count her NXT championship right now. For some reason, they just don't count it anymore.
Wasn't she?
Yeah, she was Divas champ. She was Women's champ. She's at 14.
Even Ric Flair does that. It's like, well, there's other championships I've won.
Well, I want to know. Listen, when they do what's that WWE Hidden Treasures or whatever that shit is on A&E.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I do want Mick Foley to go find that Divas title that guy he ejaculated on by Brad Maddox. I don't know. I'm just saying it'd be a nice episode. Yeah, I mean, things like it didn't happen. Like it did.
It's a children's show.
It ain't enough Lysol in the world to get that stain off.
What are you doing?
But Cody versus Brock. We'll go with Menace. How do you feel? Is it going to be Cody and Brock just puts him over? Because Brock's Mr. SummerSlam, so I don't know. He didn't put Punk over.
Why is this not first of all, why is this just a regular one-on-one match? 2, why is this not a Texas Bull Rope match or a dog collar match? Like, what the fuck?
Because Vince said no.
Mm-hmm.
Menace, how do you feel about this regular one fall?
Yeah, no. Well, first of all, the fact that it's just a regular 1v1 when they like unless I'm just like full blown tripping, like and like the whole thing they've been talking about throughout this storyline is like them having fights and like them fighting and like they talking about fighting and fighting. So like, why are we not getting some type of like fight? You know what I'm saying? Like some type of like stipulation type shit, like instead of a wrestling match. So that's just. But I feel like Brock might put Cody over, so I'm gonna go. I feel like it just makes sense for Cody to go over. You know what I'm saying? Because like Brock really don't need it. You know what I'm saying? Like he truly don't.
What does Brock need at this point?
Yeah, but
he really don't need the victory. But it's like I'm gonna go with Cody. But I really wouldn't be surprised if they do pull some fuck shit on Cody and have Brock win. I really wouldn't.
Look what you did to my face. out of Brock. Syndicate, do you feel Brock needs anything from this match?
I mean, last year he got a ring thrown on him, so I feel like they owe him something. But I'm just trying to think of who Cody's going to kind of beef with until they put him back in the title picture. I mean, that's
the word around the internet is Bray Wyatt.
Who?
Oh God,
Bray Wyatt. So you ready for some weird shit?
keep Cody Rhodes away from Bray Wyatt at all costs, please.
Well,
Please.
At all costs.
I agree with every single bit of that. Please, just leave him out of wrestling.
My father is Dusty Rhodes.
Adrenaline in myself.
Jesus, what does Brock gain from winning this?
What does Brock gain for winning this? Just another W on the record.
Another SummerSlam W for him.
That's really,
What did Brock gain from beating every black WWE champion? Nothing.
Nigga them.
bragging right.
Nigga, them everything.
A win for Cody does more than a win would do for Brock. So, I mean,
If
And
Cody wins, does he avenge all the black champions that lost to Brock? Technically, right?
Cody did.
he is a black man.
Whatever.
He is a black man.
He's a white man with a
He's
neck.
actually
Oh,
a
shit.
common
The
nigga.
Street Profits just turned heel.
The Hill Prophets. Let's go.
Yeah.
Profits.
Hell yeah.
The Hill
They
Prophets.
beat
I'm
up
with
the
that.
Bruce and they
But
beat
no,
up
I'm saying
I'm
Cody.
with that, man. I'm with
I got Cody
the
winning.
Street Fighters turning heel.
Bring back the Hurt Business and make them a Nation of Domination. Have it be across all three.
Yeah, then make him prime time.
hold on,
Fuck it.
remember on Rusev debut, he was just beating all the black wrestlers. Like, are they making a new Nation of Domination?
it doesn't make sense why they don't
Street
have.
Profits in there. Bobby, Shelton. Put everybody who was in all her business. Add new people. Bring back Farouk. Do the whole thing.
Bring back Farouk.
Big ass black.
Jackie.
Oh,
Jackie,
yo,
we got Cody or
they
Brock.
killing everybody. Yo. They just pounce like cutter or something, suplex finisher. For some reason, Angelo's got a black eye. He got a part in his head. Yo, what's going? Bobby, making okay, Bobby. All right.
Jamil, do you have Cody or Brock in the match in his regular?
I got Cody winning because, like everybody said, Brock gains nothing from beating Cody Rhodes. Brock seemed to like Cody Rhodes. That's why he's been working. I think he kind of likes Cody Rhodes and why he bled for him back at Backlash. So I'm going with Cody, and we'll see how Cody keep marching towards the Rumble and WrestleMania for the rest of the year.
Hey, I may have missed it, but did they ever tell why Brock just beat his ass?
No.
No.
Is
He
there
just
ever a
did it
reason
to
for Brock
do
to
it.
look like this?
I heard it was an order from Vince. Vince said, "Go out there and whoop his ass."
Here's Bobby.
He made AEW. Go out there and destroy him.
Hill Street Profits.
Jackie, do you have Cody or Brock?
The Hill Prophets. Let's go.
Adrenaline in my soul. Something. Cody Rhodes. That's it. And it's gonna be a fucking banger.
Are we jacking Seth versus Finn 7-year itch match?
Make you my 7-year bitch.
Savagery.
I am picking
You said
Finn
it
Balor.
on the thing.
I am picking Finn Balor. Seth doesn't need the championship. He just doesn't.
I got Finn Balor also winning. He needs this. Seth Rollins is over already. He doesn't need the title. Like, Finn solidified Judgment Day until he fucks Damian Priest over, or vice versa. So
Yeah, makes more sense to have Finn have the title versus anything else.
Menace, do you have Seth Rollins winning and keeping it mediocre title reign? So,
I'm gonna be real. I think they're gonna keep that shit on Seth. Like, as much as it would make sense to put the title on Finn to really solidify that the Judgment Day as really being that dominant faction currently in WWE, I think they gonna keep the title on Seth Rollins. I mean, because where Seth Rollins is at right now, I mean, the man is money. That man bleeds money for that company, and like no matter where that man goes, no matter like what funky shit that man got on, he get the same reactions people love him more and more. Like the man just bleeds what they need. You know what I'm saying? He got the eyes on him. Like people buy his merch. People got the songs for him to sing the songs. I think, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to like business perspective, Seth Rollins is where they want it. I think they're gonna keep it on Seth Rollins.
But
I do have a question, and I do have a hot take.
What's the question?
Who got over first, Roman or Seth? With the crowd.
Over first with the crowd is Seth.
In what year, era?
When he cashed in and joined the Authority.
I think
Roman was the biggest reaction Roman ever got was after Seth cashed in, and it was when Roman defeated The Undertaker. That was the first true, like, really big reaction Roman got.
I remember missing y'all.
Like if we're talking about the year that Seth Rollins turned heel, and like I'm talking about like when Seth Rollins was getting like all that heel 2014, and they was like trying to push Roman as like some type of like whatever the hell babyface. He was getting like mediocre babyface reactions, and I guess like in that regard Roman Reigns, but like nah, it's definitely what my man said. Like after Seth Rollins cashed in on Roman. And then they clearly saw that, like, okay, Roman is going to be one of the top guys. They wanted, like, to push this man to beat Roman. They wasn't going for that. And plus, he was Seth Rollins. That man was actually enjoyable with that damn title. When he was with the Authority with J&J Security, that shit was funny. People enjoy seeing Seth Rollins over seeing Roman Reigns. That's just real shit.
Listen, I'll say it for another show. I think Roman got over before Seth, because Seth. He was just a good hand. He was a good worker. I'm sorry to say, but you know, he needed Dean Ambrose to get a big pop.
What's your hot take?
That Roman got over before Seth.
Okay, so when did he get over before Seth?
Now with the androgynous dressing like whatever, like that's when he got over. This right here, because was he over with the architect gimmick? Was he over doing eye for an eye match with Rey Mysterio? Was he over having
the pandemic?
I'm just asking.
He was pretty over with the Messiah gimmick, bro.
Hold on. So y'all were jacking when he had the Authors of Pain and him and the Authors of Pain in the faction. Y'all was jacking that, right?
And Buddy Matthews. Don't forget about Buddy Murphy.
Y'all was jacking it.
The Messiah gimmick was pretty alright though. Like
the Monday Night Messiah.
Like, I was watching wrestling then because it was bad all around.
You like when Seth come out with no jacket on, had the one glove, just doing this all the time, just like
that wasn't my favorite gimmick of Seth Rollins, but I'm saying like it still did its thing.
Hey, but he was over when he had both the titles.
That's what I'm saying. Like he was still.
I think IC titles when Seth really got
gimmick, but it was still doing this thing during this time.
It took Roman Reigns to get his leukemia back to get over. I'm sorry I had to say it. I'm sorry I had to say it.
And it took Seth to come back from a knee injury to get himself over, and nobody cared anymore.
And literally, my nigga, he almost died.
Bro, that man was over whenever it was the Tyler versus Tyler match at SummerSlam versus
Ain't
John
nobody
Cena.
wanted to see him.
At that point,
no. You mean
that man was over as champion.
No, you
like,
mean
as
you
a
mean
heel,
what's
man
the guy?
was over.
What's the guy that interfered?
No, even before John Stewart.
Oh, John Stewart.
Bro, like,
John Stewart was over. I'm from
hilarious.
New Jersey. He was over with a bad chair shot, and then Seth won. He was over.
John Stewart was already over before he even got on Raw. Like,
John Stewart is a national treasure.
Exactly. Like, what are you talking
But
about?
I digress. I'm sorry to go off topic. Anybody didn't say they take for.
Oh well, I would just say I think that it would be a Seth Rollins win, and then Damian Priest cashes in, and then
no, do not break up the Judgment Day.
They're not gonna break it up. They're not gonna break it up. It's just a nigga gonna just have to get removed.
Highly sensitive.
Remove one nigga and replace another nigga with that nigga, and that other nigga become a fucking face. And then you go.
A lot of niggas been shuffled.
Yeah, that's a lot of niggas.
One of my niggas been cool, my niggas.
Listen, I'm taking Seth. I mean, I got Finn Balor winning. You know what I mean? And break up the Judgment Day. Make Damian Priest cash in on Finn. I mean,
listen to mommy. Whatever mommy says, you do. So
no, but I got Finn winning though.
Syndicate.
I got Finn winning too. I think it makes the most sense. And the image of them, of all the judges they holding their shit up on the ramp in front of the crowd. Triple H gonna want to he gonna want to have that. So like they did that with Shin, kind of like they did with Bloodline. It makes all the sense in the world that.
I'm gonna say Finn too, because they already gave Dominic a title. They gave Mommy's got a title. You know what I'm saying? So then after that, it makes it where you got good story where maybe Finn has a title and Damien's the only one that don't.
But he got the money in the bank, so
that's what I'm saying. So then after that, like
good as a world championship.
Yeah.
Also, Rhea Ripley hasn't been pinned since May of 2022.
Don't forget Seth Rollins after WrestleMania's biggest pop. I gotta bring my own lunatic in this match, and then Dean Ambrose came out, and it's for Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre. Anyways, I digress. Though. Shout out to Taz. Try the tribal by combat match. I think that's what it's called.
The
tribal
combat.
There.
Essentially, anything goes. That's what it is.
The Island Relevancy match. It's not a Nigerian drum match, so I'm all for it. That's also going to be a topic on the show: worst named gimmick matches. So definitely.
I really like the name of Tribal Combat. Don't you ever?
Do the elders know about this?
Yes.
The elders, the one that they said it.
Hold on. But before we do this, we talked about this last night. There will be a heater. The Rock will be here.
No, he's
calling
not.
it. He will be at SummerSlam.
The Croc is not going to.
Okay.
Shoot, he ain't got nothing else to do. They got
on
DraftKings.
He made Black Adam, by the way.
I remember Black Adam. I remember Yak Adams with
What's your thing against The Rock, man? Like I'm seeing you shitting on The Rock today.
You shouldn't be.
Y'all said The Rock had good matches. I don't really like. Whatever. But I like.
Wow, you really don't like The Rock for some reason.
Tribal Combat.
Stone Cold was
now
like
I'm getting the stigma that I don't like The Rock. They had a good promo for WrestleMania X7. Remember that?
Oh yeah, best one.
Don't forget, my thing, the heater is Kid Rock's gonna make American Badass Undertaker to come out, and then they fuck over Grayson Waller or something along those lines. That makes the most sense to me, because they couldn't afford to make the Lions Den match and pay Daniel Cormier to referee it like they did Riddle and Seth Rollins. Remember that? Hey Riddle,
I really
how's you and your
like
bitch ass family? Or whatever the fuck he says on that.
I really feel like you should like.
That's when Seth got over with the show. I can he said that like.
He said, "What you been with your kids? Why you wife left
you? See your bitch ass no more."
They took that from Dan Cormier and John Jones, but on those lines.
There's a wild card factor that really hasn't been discussed enough with the Bloodline match. Every living member of the Anoa'i family who WWE can get that's not, an Impact or contracted to AEW or New Japan or in Indies, there's one person who hasn't shown up yet. And that's Rikishi. At some point, he's got to be a part of this story. They're showing a promo right now, and this beautiful animated promo. It's got the Samoan SWAT team, the Wild Samoans. They show Rikishi and Rosie and Jamal. Why has Rikishi not been here yet? We go to Backlash. Oh, we're in Puerto Rico. Let's go get Carlito and Savio Vega. At some point, Rikishi's got to interject in the storyline, and he's got to represent.
Well, cut Rikishi a check. What the fuck?
They were supposed to, a bunch of the Samoans were supposed to be on Raw 30 for the trial of Sami Zayn, but I think it was Roman Dad that got sick and Rikishi that got sick, and so that kind of distracted him and just went forward with who was involved, who was already involved.
Minutes are you having this trial by combat?
It's tough to call, man, because I don't mind seeing Roman retain, only if it leads to what I truly want to see is if Randy Orton returns, like after he beats Jay, then we hear the I Hear Voices thing, but that's just my personal thing though. But one thing I do think truly could be a factor is Jimmy Because one thing that's like a big thing that they play on is the fact that like it's Jay's fault that Jimmy ain't here. So if we see Jimmy return and we assume that okay, he's obviously gonna help Jay, and then he comes over, super kicks, Jay, and lets Roman beat him, and then they play on that factor that it was your fault that I got taken away, you know what I'm saying? Then they start going into the feud of Jimmy versus Jay, and then that's kind of how they introduce Rikishi going into the Bloodline storyline. Hey, I wouldn't mind that shit at all, boys. So that's what I'm saying. If Roman wins, one of them two.
They're going to drag just by that. That's 4 months. It's this storyline going for like another.
Remember, the internet wrestling community was so butthurt that Cody lost, and now we get this masterpiece right here. Niggas need to shut the hell up. Let Freddie Prinze Jr. produce this and keep it. But Syndicate, what do you guys? We got Jimmy versus Jay. I wouldn't mind that actually. So, got the minutes. I do like that idea of that. So to keep things going.
I got Roman winning. I just don't know how it's going to happen. You know what I mean? Because I just don't think Jay's got enough, juice to really be the one that takes the title, does all that stuff from there.
He's over. He's got a new shirt that says "The Real Chief" on it, and Samoan fine.
I need that the only one shirt. That's probably the best shirt I've seen so far. Riz Flair.
I mean, Roman versus Jay. Should Jay win? He probably should, but he not. You know what I mean? Like I said yesterday. I mean, this is how it's going to end. Rikishi comes in, attacks Roman, and says he did it for The Rock. And then that's how it ends.
And then we finally get The Rock enter this feud.
Yeah, that's
I did it
for
Jay is super overrated. I did it for The Rock.
Jackie O.
So can we all take a moment to all acknowledge our tribal chief, Roman Reigns?
Jesus.
Is anyone going to put their ones in the sky? Can we all? I'm doing it. You can't see me, but I'm putting my ones up. No one's going. Okay, fine. Roman in 3, clean. And you all get your feelings.
Clean. Roman hasn't won a single
clean.
Get your feelings.
Roman hasn't won a single match clean since he became the tribal chief.
He's
Not
won
a
every
single match.
every single match he's won clean. He's the tribal chief.
I think he beat Cesaro clean.
I love my
I think
tribal
he beat Daniel Bryan clean.
Jamel
and technically he didn't even get pinned by Jay. If you saw his shoulder wasn't even down all the way.
Daniel Bryan was after Bryan had won the Elimination Chamber, so Bryan was dead.
No, his final match in WWE.
Oh, SmackDown.
I think that one was clean. I think that was clean.
I don't like it was a good match though.
You all get your feelings hurt. Doesn't matter. Roman Reigns just wins.
Jamel, who do you have wrapping this up?
I mean, never bet against Roman. I think story-wise, it makes sense for Jay to win, but you don't bet against Roman. So I'm going with Roman to win. I don't know how. I think Jimmy could get involved and accidentally cost Jay the match, or Rikishi could get involved in some way and be a distraction that leads to the finish. But I don't see Roman not having that title. So.
All right, Summer Scam. We're gonna watch it. We're gonna figure it out. See who got the most right. But we've all seen this online as of late. Top 10. I'm pretty sure fucking AI did this, but
this looks like something Chat GPT did.
Chat GPT was going off lately. So
like I don't have y'all not seen? Has nobody not seen iRobot or Terminator? Stop making friends with these artificial intelligences, okay?
I didn't do this. I just downloaded it from the internet. So if whatever happens, obviously. But these are the top 10 factions of all time, but they have random Bullet Club on there. So we're gonna do top 10 WWE factions of all time.
Okay, I need that.
Because like for me, people sleep on Impact has some great factions.
Yeah,
that probably should be on that list. Main event
you found a way to make it about Impact, but we're just gonna.
I'm an Impact stan. I will die for Impact. All right.
Now listen, We're going off impact, match quality, booking, individual success, and popularity and storyline. Okay. So so for example, if I say the OC, you will probably say no, they don't make the top 10. Correct.
Correct.
All right, now we know. Okay. So Legado El Fantastic.
Hold on. We're saying okay. We're not saying the OC is like a sub-faction of the Bullet Club because they are.
They are WWE.
Everything's a part of the Bullet Club.
They are versions of the Bullet Club.
So they're not top 10. Legado El Fantastic, not top 10. Correct.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Okay.
What they did in WWE. So we're doing what they did in WWE, not outside of WWE. Okay. Okay. All right.
So the Wyatt family.
Ray would eclipse like most of this list.
The Wyatt family, are they top 10?
No.
Ministry, the corporate ministry, are they top 10?
They're at 10.
Anybody anybody putting them at 10 just for a feeler?
I'd be all right with that.
It's the corporate. It's Taker, Rock, Vince, the AP. Like there's some legends in there.
I almost want to for
the fact that you didn't know who was the fact that you didn't know who was like the dark one at the time, and like you had Undertaker answering to somebody. That was the part that I was like,
it was me, Austin.
That's the only reason I put him at top 10 for that moment. It's me, Austin. It was me all along.
So we're good at corporate ministry being at 10.
Yeah, I'm good with it.
The Radicals, are they in the top 10?
I'm gonna put them at no. It's really only Eddie and Benoit.
Damn, fuck Demon Malenko, right?
You said what they did in the WWE. About what they did in the WWE, it's only just Eddie and Benoit.
Anybody has the Radicals being in the top 10? No. Anybody having the Alliance being the top 10?
The Alliance?
The Alliance.
The ECW.
It's similar to the corporate ministry because it's so many people who are like top level. Because you had Austin at one point, Kurt Angle was in there, Booker T, RVD, Chavo Guerrero, Chavo was in there too.
But due to the fact they all lost to Stone Cold in one night, I can't put them.
But you said what their careers were in the WWE, the Invasion, Test, Lance Storm, Chuck Palumbo, like
nothing. Gay marriage.
Acting
champion.
RVD, Dudley's, Taz, Kurt Angle, Stone Cold.
Nothing. Remember Taz?
Hold on. Are we talking about specifically what they did as the faction, or like what the whole group did?
What they did as the faction and individual success. Title.
Yes, they are top 10.
Then there's so many members of the Alliance that they have to be top 10. Then. Like, yeah, there's multiple world champions, tag team champions, like
RVD, Taz, Kurt Angle, Stone Cold was in at one point.
So longevity means absolutely fucking nothing.
Okay, so where do you put the Alliance at? Top 10.
I got him at 9 over the corporate ministry.
Sweet God.
Are we good at 9?
Just because there was so many people. It's just like
I personally wouldn't put them on there, but that's just me.
I'm not putting them on there either.
I wouldn't put them on mine.
All right, so they're not on here. Ric Flair and Syndicate, are you putting the Alliance on here? Fair enough. They're not on here. See, give them the fuck out of here.
Fuck the Alliance.
Fuck the Alliance. Fuck the New Blood.
Is the New Day even considered a faction?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, let's put that at number 1 and let's just stop all this.
No. All right. So Undisputed Era.
I would because they were the dominant faction of NXT.
You said by what they did in the WWE.
Yeah, not in the WWE.
What they did in the WWE is not equal to the corporate ministry or the Alliance. That's your standard. You said what they did in the WWE. The Alliance.
We also got match quality, and then it was like
match quality. You show me
match quality is great. But the overall accolades, the Alliance eclipses them.
That's not the only topic, Jeremy. You keep fucking saying that.
But it's only
the
because there's
category.
like 15 members of the alliance. Like we're talking about 4 versus 15. Like
That's fine, but we're talking impact, match quality, booking, individual success, storyline. So Undisputed Era would be better than the Alliance.
No, because the Alliance was the dominant storyline for wrestling for 2 years.
It was a bad storyline.
Just because it was bad doesn't mean it was a dominant storyline. Again,
Okay, no, it wasn't. So book the Alliance.
That whole thing was a
Being
shit show.
stunned in one night and just getting all the fucking.
that's not my fault. Vince want to get his nut
That's
off.
part of booking. What the fuck? So Undisputed Era would be better than the Alliance.
I'm taking the Alliance over the Undisputed Era.
Well, you're the
and
only
I love the Undisputed Era.
Menace,
And that's why Vince is in trouble.
you
now.
have the Undisputed Era in the top 10.
as far as we got so far, yeah, they better than both.
One
of them.
team on there so far. Undisputed Era, Syndicate, Undisputed Era.
Yeah, because they feel like more of a stable or a
saying
faction versus just like Alliance was just like a bunch of niggas all together. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's like if we were looking at the NWO, you know what I mean? Everybody was in there at that point, but you gotta get it to a core group of people.
Yeah, I was specifically just saying because they did have NWO Hollywood and Wolfpack, all that other shit. Ric Flair.
NWO should be in there. I mean, I would.
We'll get to NWO obviously. Ric Flair, they have Undisputed Era on the top 10.
Oh, Jesus. They had a sweet theme song, I'll tell you that.
Jamel, do you have Undisputed Era?
Dude,
I would have them in the top 10.
What number then?
I would put them, honestly, for how dominant they were as the faction in NXT, I'll put them at least 6.
I got them at 7.
I had them at 8 because because they never went and went to like the main stage. I mean, even though NXT was where it was at the time, but like they never
did all the war games. They did all the. Yeah,
I get it, but they was never on WrestleMania. You know
This one was the big Adam Cole the manager.
Mm-hmm.
Ric
It's
Flair.
funny because Adam Cole did manage Keith Lee for them.
Top 10.
Undisputed Era in the
Good
top
old
10.
Bearcat.
Bearcat is on his way to Raw.
Okay. No Undisputed Era. You should.
Nah, I'm good.
Damn. Jackie O, what do you have? Undisputed Era.
11, 12, shit, what the fuck?
So we got 2 no's for Undisputed. Jeremy Pierce, are you going to hate on Undisputed Era also?
Yeah, they
I'm not hating on them,
they out of the top 10.
All right, we got 4-3. So we can put it at 8.
Jesus, okay, that was arbitrary.
It's just 4-3. I mean, all right. So now DX, specifically, well, all of them, I guess, because we all know the most successful.
It has to be with China, so like.
Of all the members, you say China. Okay.
I feel like
what's wrong with China?
There will be no China slander here, Cam.
Shawn Michaels, China, and then the New Age Outlaws. So like those.
There'll be no China slander here.
Yeah, we're not talking about the one with Rick Rude in there for whatever reason.
This is a China safe zone.
Oh, where y'all put DX at?
I think at least top 4, top 3.
4.
Yeah, 4 or 3.
Yeah. 4 seems fair because, let's be honest, DX
Can we
is.
turn on DX?
Yeah,
Like,
you are.
I mean, like.
I think it gets the 4 because, one, if we count the Shawn and Triple H reunion as a part of DX history, that watered the liquor down a whole lot. Because that was some of the corniest shit that they were doing. Especially
DX did better infighting than they did faction fighting, if that makes sense.
I mean, they did wear blackface, so
Remember that.
True.
Yeah, that brings them down a little bit too. So that's why they force it.
Like, okay, so my thing is the New Age Outlaws is one of the most overrated tag teams of all time, and Shawn and Triple H did better.
Don't let Goose hear you say that.
Well,
It
Goose had
doesn't
an
matter, dude,
opportunity
like-
to be in that corner right there, but he chose not to. And Shawn and Triple H did better in fighting than they did team fighting, unless they fought the Spirit Squad, a bunch of midgets. Shane and Vince and whatever. I mean,
You sound hurt. People are still doing
Nah,
the
I
suck
mean,
it sound.
you tell me why I'm lying.
Right now, to this day, people are still doing the suck it sign. To this day, people who don't even.
I know,
watch
but we count
wrestling,
booking, popularity, yada yada.
dude. Like, it's because the DX has like transcended wrestling, like Hulk Hogan.
I mean, they got Run DMC to do the theme song at one
Then he
point,
said-
so
then
that
he
was a
said
great
nigga a
song.
lot.
Ruthless Aggression album. Run DMC.
Run DMC, the King of Rock.
He's a rock.
I got DX at 5 if it makes sense. Maybe it doesn't. That's fine. So 4. We got 4 threes. But 4 solid.
4 or 5.
I'll take 4. 4 sure.
DX for 4. Okay.
If I don't hear the Nation of Domination, I'm gonna be disappointed in you.
We are the nation. A domination.
Why would they be top 10 with it?
One heart and one
Who I
man
can
game.
ask? I mean, all right, the Hart Foundation.
Oh man, well, that's
Over
kinda-
DX. That's just me though.
Yeah, I mean, it is in multiple ways, but for me as a wrestling fan, it's like kind of just for wrestling and how it
So
benefited it.
is that a hot take or are we wrong? DX, I mean, Hart Foundation over DX.
But see, DX
Not for
was
me.
more over. But see, DX was more over than the Hart Foundation ever was.
I
But
doubt it.
what? Yeah, no, I'm sorry. Well, I mean,
I agree. I agree with Jackie. Yo, I do.
He got a big pop in Britain, but like, dude, at the end of the day, again, niggas are still doing the suck it chant.
That's fine, but
Period.
WWE was doing
that
like there was-
transcends wrestling. That's kind of crazy.
This is Cam's hard on for Bret Hart coming out.
okay. So WWE
Look how
wasn't
bad he
going.
is.
Just hear me out. WWE wasn't going to like Detroit and then Connecticut. Oh, we're gonna go to Canada, and then we're gonna go to Florida and Texas, or we're gonna go back to Canada just for Bret to go over and then get love and being in Canada.
No.
Were they not doing that?
I would
I'm very
never.
confused.
No, I love.
Were they not in Canada like a bunch of fucking times for
I
no
was
reason?
just putting
Just
them
for Bret?
over. I was just saying one is just more popular. The other one,
We're
just
booking.
had-
We're booking shows just to be pro Bret or anti Bret to push the Stone Cold agenda.
without the Hart Foundation,
there.
we wouldn't even have like the foundation of wrestling.
Just-
that we
I'm
have
just
right
saying
now.
it happened.
So I'm just going to say that. That's why I'll put them up there.
Am I wrong?
No, you're
Ooh, Cameron Rouse put on a really good match.
The Hart Foundation not push the Attitude Era. Just saying.
Oh, sweet Jesus! Yes,
Some faction had to do it low key. Just saying.
yeah, and then two rambunctious niggas came out of nowhere and told people to suck it.
Yeah, thank Bret Hart and Stone Cold for launching the Attitude Era, and then it's like, hey, we're gonna do this.
I'm
Yeah,
just saying,
DX
what happened?
DX over the Hart Foundation. Sorry.
Jesus Christ!
Definitely, I
I'm
agree.
going DX over Hart Foundation.
I know,
It's
I am too.
we know, but come on, Bret. Bret, WWE
Come on, Brett. We
champion,
can
Campbell,
do it. You can beat Yokozuna.
all in 2-time Slam winner.
I'm good with the Hart Foundation at 6. They good at
6.
Yeah.
I'll put them at 7.
I was the damn.
Everybody good with 6 for the Hart Foundation, y'all.
I ain't going front. That's kind of messed up. I was going to put
Yeah.
them like up there, like probably like 5.
No, you
like,
wasn't.
a word. Wow, I started off putting them over.
You
I
didn't
just-
actually.
Okay, whatever.
You have at
After
5.
the whole match.
I got him at 6.
6 is good for me.
Jamel also 6.
Yeah.
Alrighty then.
Darts.
I mean, we might as well do the Shield. Why not?
Damn it. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
well, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
So Shield like 2, 1.
I mean, you know what? I'm gonna have to be the cunt to say this, but like, they may have to be number 1 only because of what blossomed out of each and every one of them. It's actually astounding how prolific they are right now in wrestling and how much they mean to wrestling. Each and every one of them.
I actually no, I can't.
That's kind of crazy.
I'll
dude.
put him at 3 because I have at least one other.
Oh,
match.
all right. Now I got you. Okay.
I got them
but-
at 3 too.
Okay, but
I got something else at 1.
Add 2.
They're at least top 3.
So
well,
3 grand,
maybe
3
like
grand,
something like NWO or something like that was like groundbreaking. But
so
like
3 Grand Slam champions, multiple WrestleMania
yeah,
main
it's
eventers.
like each of them, dude. They're all gonna be Hall of
Okay.
Famers. John
I got a
Moxley
question about the
all over
NWO.
everybody.
Are we counting WCW stuff for NWO, or is it just what they did within WWE?
Oh,
WWE
so
bought
The
we
core
can't count
three. The
John
core
Moxley then.
three.
So we can't count
But if
John
you want to
Moxley.
count X-Pac, then that's fine.
Oh, if we can't count John
We're not
Moxley,
We're
then
not.
I
We're
would
not.
put them
We're
lower.
not counting Moxley.
Okay,
Cancel
then
it.
I
WWE.
would. Then actually, I would put them lower.
I'm for the
Never
people
mind,
that didn't
never
say
mind, never
anything.
mind.
Why is the Shield not 1 or 2?
I mean,
I
you
got
can't
two
count John
factions
Moxley.
at least.
You can't count John Moxley.
I have two factions above them. It's that
What?
simple.
Okay, for Syndicate and Ric Flair, why isn't the Shield 1 or 2?
Shield 2? No, go ahead, Sensei. Go ahead.
Yeah, so like they were pushed through the machine for the most part for me, but like there were some other factions that had like an honest, like just natural push that came along with them, and then they also had stuff that you know, as far as impact is, you know, there's just two groups that were better than them in that instance.
I may be missing it. I know I could.
Why isn't the Shield 1 or 2? I would put the Shield for
I
me.
got them at 3, but it's a
I
close.
got him at
I personally got
3.
4 on my list, but I'm not mad at being 3.
So we're not mad at the Shield.
Only squad for me, only squad I got over the Shield probably is the New Day. That's it.
We're gonna get to it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. Like, yeah, New Day's kind of fun.
All right, so I got Shield at probably 2 or 1. I don't see how anybody's really over them except for 1.
Because
2.
again, you can't count John Moxley while you're gosh
Yes, you
darn.
can. You count it.
You see what they did in WWE. I can't count John Moxley.
Exactly. And you said
WWE.
only in WWE. You can't
So
count.
I can't count
AEW.
John Moxley.
If I
You
can't
count, but
count
Dean
John
Ambrose is a
Moxley,
bigger
no.
star than John Moxley. What the
No,
fuck?
he's not.
No.
All right, we gotta stop. We honestly have to
Dean,
stop.
Dean Ambrose is not a
Dean
bigger
Ambrose is a bigger
star
star
than
than
John
John
Moxley. No, he's not.
Because Tony Khan lets go play in the Indies and do.
Yes.
No, it's stupid. No.
John Moxley is a bigger star
No, he's not.
than Dean Ambrose.
You're a liar.
No. Look at my hand. Look at my hand.
Hey, bro, I'm
No,
not
you're not Jack
gonna.
Reacher. What the fuck is
John
wrong with
Moxley, when he became John Moxley from Dean Ambrose, boy, that motherfucker took off, bro.
In New Japan, that's it. And then he's doing stupid shit in AEW. And
That's your opinion. He is the number one. He's been carrying AEW on his back. John Moxley is
No, he
a
hasn't.
bigger star than Dean Ambrose.
No, stop saying that. Stop saying that.
Now we
That's
turn
not
on
true.
Dean Ambrose. That's crazy.
Nah, ain't nobody turning. I'm not
Gas
turning
mask?
on Dean Ambrose by no
Just
means.
in the butt?
I'm
That
genuinely being real here. When he was Dean Ambrose, Mans was big, but I'm not denying that by any means.
A real nigga pendulum. Here
But
we go.
when bro left WWE and it was and it was clearly known that like man was about to come back as John Moxley, bro, the wrestling world was in a fucking frenzy, bro. Man shows up in AEW and that motherfucker is trending all over the world as John Moxley and starts this, bro. Man's career goes from here straight through the fucking
then Adam
moon.
Cole came, then Punk came, then
You don't have to.
you know,
Ken,
it
you don't
got
have.
more
You don't
shit,
have
though.
to. You don't have to like.
Okay,
it.
so let me ask, Blake, real quick. Let me ask. When did Dean Ambrose really hit that mark in WWE?
When he wanted when he cashed in on Seth Rollins that Money in the Bank.
No, it was when he got those shots in his ass.
Gas mask.
Gas mask.
That was when he really, really got over.
Or when he fought Brock and Brock.
Oh man,
fucking
no,
over.
dude, that was fucking awesome, dude. Shit.
No, when he cashed in was the poster child for SmackDown.
Remember that
Sorry.
match?
That Dean
Sorry.
Ambrose isn't bigger than John Moxley. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
The
No,
Ambrose Asylum with
No, that
Clint
Dean
is
Ambrose
bigger
is not bigger
than
than
John Moxley, though.
Dean Ambrose is bigger than John Moxley.
The lunatic fringe. No, sorry, can't.
Ah,
Oh, I'm sorry. King Kong Lariat.
John Moxley.
Yeah, that was a thing.
Who's the next?
I ain't even that big a John Moxley fan, but
You are outnumbered here, sir. What's the next faction?
I don't know, bro. Dean Ambrose versus Seth Rollins to me isn't as big as John Moxley versus Kenny Omega. Like just the match. Oh no, bro. Nah.
Oh Lord,
Just the bro. Nah, bro.
So you tell me that John Moxley's feud, Dean Ambrose's feud with Seth Rollins wasn't better than his feud with Kenny Omega. That
or even Bryan Danielson.
I'm not saying the man had a bad feud. I'm saying he's bigger than John. I'm saying
feud, not a bad feud, just a better feud. The Money in the Bank match him and Seth had was better than 80 John Moxley match.
No.
Yes, I'm not going for that at all.
Oh my God, they tore up the ring and he DDT'd him. Like, no, stop being
you don't have to like it. You made your point clear. You are outnumbered here. And you're not changing our mind.
Anyway,
I did like Dean Ambrose. I mean, I'm not saying
we all like Dean Ambrose, but he ain't John Moxley.
I'm actually not that big a fan of either.
But you were here for the last 10 minutes like shit.
Which is fine. The New Day.
They're in there.
I got them at 5.
2.
I got them probably 6, 5, 6.
2.
Somebody say 2.
The New Day?
Yes.
I said that. The New Day.
Wow.
I think when you look at everything, you look at the accomplishments, when you look at the merch that they sold, when you look at match quality, which is the one thing that you can argue about. New Day has had probably the biggest impact of a faction that's not the Shield over the last 10, 15 years.
They have transcended.
Me,
they're big. That's a big point. They got their own cereal.
We had to go to the
I'm
part.
not gonna lie to you, dude. Yo, the New Day.
Hold on. We had to go to the part where they was doing "You Better Call My Mama" church dances in the beginning.
Every faction has had low points.
and they
Evolution had low points,
and they took that and they made studios.
Don't forget about the Shield.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Those niggas.
Yeah, they had one night at a low point and it never happened again. Like, please stop it. Please stop.
The New Day is kind of revolutionary.
Every faction had low points, not the Shield, not Evolution. Go fine.
Relax, dude. I'll put them at 2. I'll put them at 2. Fucking
New Day,
bro. Dude, you gotta understand. Dude, do you know how much money they make for that fucking company?
Not anymore.
Those 3, no,
They're hurt.
Whoa, they still do. They were
just on Family Feud.
Exactly. Do you
anybody get on Family Feud? They were the only team on Family Feud?
No, it was
Steve Harvey and everything.
It was the New Day,
Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch and all them motherfuckers.
New Day, Seth, Ziggler versus
Big E is good,
Becky,
man.
Natalia, Bailey, Liv. I'm missing somebody.
I get all that, but I don't. If you want New Day, I'm not mad at it. But
and the longevity. That's what I want to stress that the longevity of.
I put New Day at 5.
I feel like after a couple years they stopped developing. You know what I mean? They kept playing the same gimmick over and over again. Like let's talk about random shit. Let's talk about stuff that's kind of relevant in the culture. But then after that, and then after a while they just got old to me. You know what I mean?
They fought the Wyatt. They tried to do the Matt Hardy thing and fought the Wyatts in the woods, getting chased by the Ku Klux Klan. Whatever, fine. You want to do that?
Listen, I love. Listen,
Christ,
there will be no slander of pandemic era wrestling. That was great.
That match.
Usos New Day is that feud was fire. You can't deny that. Especially in 2017.
Yeah, the only good
Usos New Day. Damn.
Don't forget the point where the Bludgeon Brothers were murdering everybody.
Let's not forget the New Day could only get a good feud out the Usos. Let's not forget that was a thing.
That's a Vince thing because Vince doesn't like tag team wrestling.
No. You like the New Day versus the Vaughn Villains. You like that, didn't you?
I like the New Day in general.
No,
we turn
you
on the
like the
new-
Bond villains versus the New Day. Don't scheme over the part when they went into a time machine. It's like we're not very accepted in your era.
I got no problem with that.
You can't remember when you were a goddamn kid.
Wrestling doesn't need to be serious all the time. Goofy
No, I
wrestling
mean,
for
you
life.
can't remember when you were a kid. You know, like that's they make so much money for these mother. Like kids love these.
Listen. The only crime we did have was not getting the New Day versus Enzo and Cass. I think that would have flew off the.
Oh Jesus!
But
Yeah, well, Enzo is a cunt. Cass is
well,
awesome.
Enzo did a
A cunt. So there you go.
But whatever. Menace, what do you have the New Day at?
I mean, I think, in my opinion, I think they probably cracked that number 5 spot because, like, specifically, like what they did as a faction as a whole. I mean, for probably a better part of maybe 2 or 3 years, they completely revolutionized tag team wrestling in the WWE. Like, tag team wrestling was solid, but like when the New Day was really doing their shit, like utilizing that Freeburg rule, they took over tag team wrestling.
Absolutely.
Then they became the longest reigning tag team champions. Were absolutely dominating everything with the merch sales, or bringing in money left and right with all the different type of stuff. And then they're still doing their stuff every now and then, but you can clearly tell that like they're still like pushed as one of the top anything in WWE. Then they go into their top feuds with the Usos, having classic matches, getting more championships left and right. And even after the split where Big E went to Raw and Xavier and Kofi stayed on SmackDown, whatever it was, Big E became WWE champion. No, my bad. Before they split up, Kofi became world champion. Then they split up, and then Xavier became King of the Ring, and then Big E became Money in the Bank winner, then became world champion. Then Kofi and Xavier became tag team champions again. And then it's like, if Big E didn't get hurt, I think we probably would have seen a little bit more out of Big E. So I think they've done enough to probably solidify themselves at least at that number 5 spot.
Yeah, they won the NXT titles, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Number 5 is solid for me.
the longevity. It was fair enough. Okay, I can. Fair.
Yeah,
I agree with the court.
Even though Big E's like hurt right now, he's healing. This time off is legitimately going to help them. Like they won't have been wrestling for like a year, healthy, and then like the pop when they come, like the pop when Kofi and Xavier comes back, and then when prayerfully Big E comes back, it might cause an earthquake of just how over they truly are, especially like right. Big E like this.
So where are we putting Evolution at?
I got Evolution
at least 1 or 2.
That was one factor that I had with the show was Evolution.
At least 1 or 2. Like they gotta be 1 or 2. No question for me.
Agreed.
Personally, I would have them at 5.
Shit.
5?
Shit.
5.
She's just 4 other factions. Evolution.
Look, you go back and you watch them Raws.
What?
Had to look it out for that. 5.
Yeah. I wasn't that big of a Triple H fan during that reign.
Yeah, we know the reign.
A lot of whack shit that was going on, and I think Evolution worked with establishing 2 new stars with Orton and Batista, but kind of forget Orton got curb stomped and bitched out by Triple H almost immediately after that, after he won at SummerSlam 04. And if it's just them as a group, I would have them maybe at 5. If we're like the list has been going on, everything that every member's done within WWE,
yeah, when he
they'd have to be higher. So that as a group for me, Evolution as a faction, 5. Everything together, they could be at like 2. Maybe at like 2 or 3.
He cleared it up a little tiny bit. I got Evolution. 1 or 2.
Yeah, me too. Because they made Randy Orton, Batista. You know what I mean? Without that faction, we wouldn't have seen what they were able to do at the time. So I definitely had it up there from there.
Never forget it's supposed to be Mark Jindrak and not Batista in Revolution.
Don't speak of Mark Jindrak. But
he got to be tight every day. Every time he see a Guardians, will be like, could have been me.
Real quick. Evolution was the worst of Triple H.
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh yeah, for sure.
The Reign of Terror was terrible.
WrestleMania 19, never forget.
Was that still Evolution?
Yeah, he was still in Evolution. WrestleMania 19.
The Booker T thing.
Turn on Triple H. You can't turn on Papa H. Not now.
Triple H, white tights.
I'm talking about nasty bareface, handlebar mustache Triple H with the.
I used to hate that nigga so much.
With the cargo.
Nah, I'm taking that over bareface Triple H. Bareface Triple H with the low key. That was what was different.
I mean, best Triple H is full. That's the best Triple H.
That was overweight as fuck.
Denim on denim.
Yeah, he went
full denim Triple H.
Handlebar Trips versus Scott Steiner 3 fucking times.
Yeah, that was the feud. Every time a new superstar would debut, Triple H would face him in 3 matches in a row. And then when he did it with Goldberg, he did it with RVD, he did it with Scott Steiner, he did it with Kevin Nash. He was beating everybody doing a Reign of Terror.
You want a match? You want a rematch of the match y'all just won?
Fine.
You got it. Blue T-shirt, nasty.
He got gas doing his own fucking taunt.
Yo, Batista got gas doing his taunt. That is amazing.
Hey, but we can't lie though. That man Batista carried SmackDown for damn near 3 straight years, bro. Like he was really doing it. Like it was really him, The Undertaker, and like Edge. That was pretty much it for like 3 years.
Give me what I want.
Oh, then now we turn on Theodore Long.
And now we turn on
putting everybody in tag team.
Listen, for a long time, SmackDown was just better. Rather, you had the SmackDown system. You had Kurt, Brock, and Big Show just fighting for the Undisputed Championship for like a year.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're fluctuating with Evolution. So NWO,
I got them at 1.
Again, if we just count WWE, NWO would not be in the top 10 because that 2000 version is trash.
We're talking Bash at the Beach, 96.
Okay. Give me that.
NWO's 1. Hulk Hogan alone would top most people just because he was pro wrestler.
NWO at 1? No, I can't do it. Not over Evolution. Sorry.
We're fluctuating Evolution and NWO.
And over the Shield? I don't know.
All right, so
I can have them at 3.
We're missing 7 and 9. Where can the Bloodline go in 7 or 9?
9.
I mean, 9 is fine.
I'll put him 9.
So who will you take at 7?
4 Horsemen.
We're missing the 4 Horsemen.
Damn, 4 Horsemen at 7? Nah, that shit kind of wild. I ain't gonna hold you.
You would have to. then you would.
All right, move the Hart Foundation down.
You would have to move everybody back, so it will be like NWO Evolution 1, 2, whatever. Shield 3, Horseman 4, DX 5, New Day 6.
The 4 fucking Horsemen.
I mean, I could accept that.
Wow.
What's the last fucking Mongo match you watched?
What the whoa. First, I do you know?
What I'm saying. Like, what's
you know? But no.
Arn Anderson match you watched.
You can stop for a second. Can we not act like the original first 4 Horsemen? What they've done?
Okay.
Come on.
What's the last?
I mean, like we're doing all this shit. Like, oh man, these new guys, look all this shit. That was like back in the day, nigga. Like that was kind of unprecedented.
What's
and
the
then
last
of course, Ric Flair,
match?
the nigga who was Ric Flair so much he's killing himself.
Zelina just be EO. Hurt.
Well, you got Money in the Bank, you're gonna lose matches. You know that, right?
That's tradition.
Listen, what's the last Tully Blanchard match you watched? I'm just asking a question.
What's the last Tully Blanchard match you watched?
I didn't put fucking 4. I'm fine with 4 to be a 7. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Oh wait, Tully did team up with FTR. I did see that match.
Jeez. So Benoit was a 4
We're
horseman.
talking about like in the history, so it's not fair to do that.
Mongol, huh?
Okay, fair enough.
Okay, so
have you seen any of their matches ever?
No, I'm not watching. I'm not gonna.
So then you can't even like do that and stuff. All right.
Well, I have, but
fair enough.
come on.
Fair enough.
So we got the top 10 for the most part. So we got pretty much, well, I guess they're interchangeable. Evolution, NWO is 1, Evolution's 2, Shield 3, 4 Horsemen 4, DX 5, New Day 6, Heart Foundation 7, Undisputed Era teams being 8, and then 9 was the Bloodline, Corporate Ministry 10.
Undisputed Era over the Bloodline? I don't know.
That's savage.
I would not have. Yeah, I would have that.
I mean, we're missing the oddities, and we're missing the Job Squad. We're missing, right to censor.
Y'all ain't even put the Spirit Squad up there.
Spirit Squad should be up there.
The Nation should be up there.
We're missing
Don't forget about PMS.
we're missing some really good shit here.
Man, you only even got right to censor up there. Draw.
We're missing Team Bad.
How we leaving out the Nexus? The core.
We're missing the submission sorority. Remember
Nexus
that
ain't-
team?
Nexus
They got
ain't up
switched
there?
over
That's
because-
crazy.
Hold on. I was just about to ask. Hey, wait, are we counting the? What about the Nexus?
No, fuck them. I guess.
I mean,
Because I'm gonna say, hold on, right now, the Nexus is better than probably 4 of them factions out there.
it's really just Daniel Bryan and Wade Barrett,
Yeah, that's crazy.
and occasionally
Now we turn
now you
on
turn on
Husky
Husky
Harris.
Harris.
That's
No
crazy.
Ryback?
CM Punk.
Husky Harris was part of the new Nexus, not the regular Nexus.
That's good.
Ryback turned on himself.
Bray
And
Wyatt.
now you turn on David Otunga. That's crazy.
Oh wait.
Jennifer Hudson
Man,
turned
I'm
on
not
him
talking
first.
about.
I'll tell you this: the best part about the Nexus that always got me that I loved was when they first attacked was Michael Tarver standing there proud with the mess.
Now you turn
He's
on.
gonna kill somebody.
Now you turn on the United Nations or the UN, wherever the fuck they went.
What was their name?
League of Nations.
Extraordinary
League of Nations.
Americans.
The League of Nations. Oh, don't forget the Un-Americans: Tess, Lance Storm, Christian, William Regal.
Canada.
The greatest thing Bray Wyatt ever did was get LA Knight over. Mic drop.
In the Mountain Dew pitch black match, the Slim Jim SummerSlam Battle Royal, and the Netflix Army of the Dead. Zombie
You will have the most.
All right,
That is
so
the most sexless weekend you will ever have with all that.
go subscribe to the Friday Night Air YouTube. But yeah, so next week we're doing top 10 worst match stipulations. They're gonna be mostly street fights. We're gonna go off the name being bad. Miracle on 34th. Can't include the Boiler Room Brawl because it's amazing. But you could do.
Is this all of wrestling?
That's the Nigerian drum match.
The Nigerian drum match. You can count AEW.
Jobby prison match.
Oof.
Oh, I got the one that's number one. Terrible.
Listen,
the head
my
shake.
man's went to the last Punjabi prison match that was in. It was in Philly. He was like, "Dog, you can't see anything in the crowd. You just
The
can't.
Kennel from Hell match.
You can't see anything."
It's
The
gonna be a
put
while.
match. There was the put match with Stephanie and Vicky. And
There's a
All
blonde
the-
match. Don't forget that. Those are always.
oh yeah, Nydia and
All
Jamie
the liquid matches with the divas. Just a random brown liquid with the divas.
And then
Around
I
the
want
holidays.
everybody to come up individually and name the worst storyline you ever seen in your life, or the funniest storyline.
worst.
Oh
Or-
man.
Is this all the
worst
wrestling? or just WWE?
storyline.
Just WWE. Worst WWE
Okay.
storyline.
Okay.
Ooh, shit.
That bitch gave birth to their hand. That was funny.
That's pretty good.
That is
Compared.
a thick competition.
Katie Vick.
Yeah, that was another one that was hilarious.
I think outside of us. I don't want to hear no Katie Vixen.
Okay, so no Katie Vick, no Triple H drugging Stephanie and marrying her.
Well, no.
I got it.
We almost got Vince impregnating Stephanie and having his child, but that was almost
I got-
a thing. But
Yeah, I got.
Big Boss Man got hung. That was fucked up.
That was in Philly. Worst WrestleMania ever.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
WrestleMania 15. That was Rock Austin won. That card was
And,
horrible.
and since we're going after, and then we're going at the week after SummerSlam. Obviously, we're going to review SummerSlam.
Kiddo
And-
match.
So review SummerSlam. Everybody say the personal worst storyline in WWE history, and
It's
then
gonna
the worst,
probably be a Vince Russo one though, bro.
and then the worst match.
Ooh, no, the one I'm thinking of is Post Russo.
Oh,
But Russo could have wrote.
Ooh, I got a good one.
Who's out?
That
Bro,
weird storyline with John. It was John Cena, Eve Torres, Zack Ryder, and Kane.
Just murdering Zack Ryder every week.
Nah, bro, all that shit was whack.
It was the Kane embrace the hate storyline. Cena never embraced the hate, but it completely killed Zack Ryder's momentum.
No, it really did. All that shit, yeah, no, that shit was wild.
And then Eve Torres left him. Oh my god, Vince.
it wasn't bad.
That shit was trash. You're right.
Ryder
It was bad.
was
It was
getting
trash.
murdered like 10 every week.
So yeah, we're gonna start with Eastside Reviews on YouTube, where you can find you at. Obviously on YouTube, Eastside Reviews, but any other social media handles they can find you at.
Also on YouTube at Historical Voices from the East Side. That's the podcast I have every Thursday with the boys JT and History. Follow us there. Follow us on Instagram, HBSB Podcast. Follow me on Instagram, Gmail727, and on TikTok at Eastside Reviews. Appreciate the invite.
Yeah, we're gonna be consistent every Friday. Menace, where you can find you at?
You can find me on TikTok, Menace to Society 3. I post every day, 2 or 3 times a day. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and add me, man. I'm about to reach that 16K.
Hey.
Jeez. Jeremy Pierce.
I'll be like you.
Charismatic Creation.
Charismatic Creations, Facebook and YouTube, IG, Charismatic Creations 52. The High Risk Wrestling Podcast every Saturday, wherever you get your podcast, and High Risk Wrestling Recap every Sunday. I have no idea how I'm able to watch and cover so much wrestling. It's a lie.
You find a way, you're gonna find a way.
Find a way, you're gonna find a way, and then hopefully we'll have that WrestleMania ticket money.
Sensei the Syndicate.
Yeah, we just on all socials at the Blurred Syndicate. We actually have a interview with a black dungeon master. And we also have a black only Dungeons and Dragons game that we actually did. So my character's name was Leroy Death Shepherd. So he was
Definitely put that in name generator.
Yeah. So it was a fun time. So we'll have that out on Sunday, and then on Tuesdays we have What Had Happened Was, which is kind of like a weekend review of fun stories and things like that.
Riz Flair, what it sound like?
I mean, definitely what it sound like next Thursday. Album reviews. Welcome to Hollywood. Back, Follow the Blurred
I know this nigga wear the Golden Girl shirt. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Shout out to the. Thank you for being. But Blurred Cartel. Make sure you follow the. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, all that stuff. YouTube, and hit me up on TikTok, Hollywood_Sensei 215.
Jackie O.
Oh, you'll find me here, Friday Night Year. Subscribe to the Friday Night Year YouTube channel, and that's YERRR. This too many R's, bro.
RRRs are really good
it's
movies
all
too,
great.
on Netflix.
Yeah.
Also follow the Blurred Cartel. I guess we out, right? Fuck.
Yeah, he said in the most robotic, unappealing voice ever, but what he said. So about that, we'll be back next Friday. Hopefully, we get a good summer scam out of this.
Summerfest.
No, summer scam. But we out there. Enjoy yourselves.